Okay, um, we are gonna do the video about Makiah Bryant. Okay, now I first heard the case where I was on Insta and a celebrity posted something in story mode. Police shot a 16-year-old girl, little boy. Now, when I found out what happened, I went to this celebrity. It is a young celebrity, but it is an adult celebrity. Okay, they are a young adult, and I told said celebrity that this is the last chance before I unfollow them because they have to start using their brain. They can't just fall victim to this bullshit. Okay? And if it was somebody that was a little older, I would have unfollowed immediately, probably. Okay? Now, the reason why I usually make my videos a week later is because, unlike everyone else, I have to find out what the fuck is going on before my big mouth. Now, um, Makiah Bryant was a 16-year-old foster child. Now, adoption means you adopt a baby and you become the baby's legal parent. Foster care means the baby is a little older and there is a near 100% chance said little older baby came from a dysfunctional family, and you take that person in for some time. Some people hit home run with the foster system. They go to a foster family, they're officially adopted, they live a very happy life. Others, not so much. Some foster babies can easily change homes every 4 months. Some foster babies end up in families that are worse than the biological family. And some foster babies end up in prison. It is, they actually say the foster system is so failed, it is the fastest pipeline to prison. Okay? Not the school system, not the single family household. The foster care family is the fastest way to prison. And for you foster parents that do a good job, that's good. But sometimes not so much. Now, in this case, you had several children living together. Children, young adults, living, I don't know how biological it is, who that, but they were living together. Now, someone called 911. And someone said in no uncertain terms, and I heard it was Makiah herself, but I don't know. But someone called 911. And they said attacking, violence, fight, knife. We have a grandmother here. Send police immediately. Now, some police departments, the foster homes, the patrolmen have them on a first name basis. Okay? Some foster homes, all dispatch has to say is go to the Johnson house, go to the Fredrickson house, it's the Andersons again, and the cop knows automatically what the address is, and he can get there blindfolded. So a lot of times police are used to going to foster homes because there's usually a lot of problems. It's a simple fact of life. Mr. Hershey, the candy bar guy, he actually founded an orphanage that is still in effect to this day. And I hate to say it, but I think I would prefer the old school orphanage coming back because they were better organized than foster care. They weren't perfect, they were better organized though. Okay. The orphanages had their own school, had their own summer camp, and they had their own living facility, dormitory. And they had 24-hour staffing. That seems a lot better than the foster care system today. Facts of life. Sorry, truth. So, the police get there with the understanding there's violence going on and there are weapons involved. As they roll up to the scene, and it's caught on police body camera, it's also caught on neighbors' surveillance camera. You see a girl in pink standing by. Why is she standing by? I don't know, but she is. She's standing by. Then you see another woman run out, get punched, go rolling down, and they blur her crotch because she's in the wearing any underwear. And the person that hit her turns to the woman in pink and says, I'm gonna stab the fuck out of you. She says this as patrol is marching up. Now, I personally never had a fight outside of school. Aside from the time I got robbed, I had to fight back. And me and the store detective stopped the robbery in the supermarket. But I knew a lot of guys that fought in the street, they fought in the alleyways, they had fights outside of school, and the cops came. The general rule is when the cops come, hands go up. Okay? Stop. Cops try to figure it out. If they can't, they take everyone to the judge. If the judge can't figure it out, he just says everyone is guilty of disorderly conduct. Serve 1 day in jail, or serve 1 week of community service. Okay? But hands go up. As the cops get there, this woman is still fighting. She hits one woman, she rolls down like a freaking ball. Then she gets up, turns to the other woman in pink who's standing there doing this, like this, standing there, and says, I'm gonna stab the fuck out of you. Then she charges her, pins her against the car, wheels back the knife, and attempts to stab somewhere here. Okay? Now, that is a very serious problem. I've heard that Makiah was being beaten up. I've heard she was undercalled. Here's what we know. At the exact moment the officer got there, that exact second, the woman in pink is standing by doing nothing. The other woman is punching, threatening, and wielding a knife. She says, I'm gonna stab the fuck out of you. Then she charges, pins the woman against the car, and goes to stab. Now, from a legal standpoint, it doesn't matter if the woman in pink was trying to choke her with piano wire 5 minutes earlier. At the exact moment she did that, the woman in pink was standing completely still. And she pinned the woman against the car, and as the woman was pinned against the car, she tried to kill her. Now, can you use a knife to defend yourself? Yes, you can. But when you turn to someone and say, I'm gonna stab the fuck out of you, and charge them, and pin them, and wheel back the knife, that's not self-defense, that's attempted murder. Because the concept is this: when you plunge a knife into this part of the body, this area, okay? The question is, what do you think is gonna happen? The other question is, because the police have arrived, the fight has ended. It does not matter who was trying to kill you 5 minutes ago. It matters the police are here now and the fight has ended. So when the police are at the scene, you cannot claim self-defense anymore. Because self-defense means you defend yourself from danger in the absence of the law. But when the law is on the scene, you stop fighting. So what the patrolman in question had in his hands was a cold-blooded murder unfolding right in front of him. I mean, I'm sorry, it's at that point it's cold-blooded murder. Okay? A man could literally rape you, and 5 minutes later, you could ambush him with a knife, and you're still wrong. Because now it's vigilante justice or cold-blooded murder, or attempted murder. And the officer in question, He and I personally, I mean, he's a young guy. He's like 23, I think. He's also Air Force, prior service Air Force, and he's still Air Force Reserve. He shot the suspect that was literally getting ready to stab someone right on top of someone. He had to shoot my right hand without hitting my left hand. Now that may not seem like a big deal because it's a close target, but when you figure moving target, that was a pretty good shot. And he had 4 bullets in her, and not one bullet hit the victim. So that was pretty good marksmanship on his part. And considering he had less than 2 seconds to react on top of that. And obviously the celebrities, murder, this, that, all these celebrities about murder. The cops are racist, the cops are killing black people again for sport. Here's the question. If he had let her stab her, what would they have said? He let her die because she's black. He would have saved the white girl. Now, let's assume that he didn't get there and the murder took place. She stabbed her and killed her. What would have happened? Nothing. Because it would have been a black on black murder. And black on black murder is completely forgotten in this country. Okay? No one talks about it, period. And the idiots would barely fire the gun up in the air. Fuck her, okay? Now, in Ferguson, Missouri, a 9-year-old girl was shot in the head in her grandmother's bedroom and killed a few weeks after Mike Brown. Did anybody care? No. In Chicago, Illinois, a few days after the Adam Tilden, whatever the fuck his name is, a 7-year-old black girl was in a car, shot and killed in a McDonald's drive-thru. No one cares. In Columbus, Ohio, where this incident took place, several days earlier, a 13-year-old girl stabbed and killed another 13-year-old girl. Does anyone care? No. Because the media, celebrities, and domestic politicians and domestic terrorists, okay? BLM, Antifa, okay? Those 4 components are all the same. They are working in concert to hurt this country. The media and the celebrities, the media puts the narrative out. Racist white cops kill black people for fun. Okay, in particular black children, because they hate black children. The celebrities use their platform and millions of followers to regurgitate that. Okay, the politicians reinforce that and fear-monger and demagogue in the inner city in order to get votes. BLM and Antifa, okay, they burn down the black neighborhoods, burn down the Hispanic neighborhoods, burn down Asian neighborhoods, okay? They hurt the working class. Those 4 work in concert like that. And that is going to be the downfall of this country. We're not going to get invaded by a foreign army. Politicians, celebrities, media, and domestic terrorists working in concert are going to destroy this country. It's already happening before our eyes. And that's the truth. And if you comment on my mole, if you comment on my shirt, it means you have no argument to make, okay? So go somewhere else.